This is all new, right? So welcome to the Coreview Way. I'm Mary. I believe I know everybody that's on the screen right now. And it just really warms my heart to know that you're interested in spending a little time on the mat today. So what does that mean? What does it mean getting on the mat? Well, one, you got to get low, right? You got to get down on the floor and be comfortable enough that it might be awkward to get up off the floor. And that's okay. We are of different body types. We're in different stages of life. And so what looks good for one may not fit where we meet ourselves. And that's just what my practice is all about. My world as your guide is for you to discover that inner self. Maybe you haven't touched that inner self in a long time. Maybe you think you have, but when you move a certain direction, you feel a release of like, oh, wow, that felt good. And it brought me a little bit of inner peace and inner comfort. And that's what this Coreview Way series for yoga through the rest of 2021 is all about. Going into the holidays, the world in which we live, the aging body all brings its own variety of hiccups. We as women, we're all women currently on the call, and men as well, but particularly women, we hold on to our hiccups. We just say, that's just the way it's supposed to be. Well, I'm here to tell you, when you're on the mat, that's not the way it's supposed to be. If it doesn't feel good to your body, don't do it. If you want to stay in a pose for 2 or 3 longer breaths than I do, then do it. This is time to let go of that judgment, competition, and expectation. But here's the tricky part. The tricky part is we use the term judgment, expectation, and competition with the external world. I want you to be vulnerable with yourself while you're on the mat, and I want you to experience that on the inside. So let go of whatever you've already been doing today. Let go of whatever the to-do list is after you leave the mat today. And in particular, let go on who you think you're supposed to be. And learn and touch who you really are. And that is a beautiful, incredibly gifted, strong individual. So on that seated position, here we go. We're going to be staying today a lot in a seated position and in a supine, meaning on our back, just to get into some ebb and flow. We're going to keep this a little bit low profile. So when I say a seated position, you can see I like to have my ankles stacked in front of me. My knees and my hips like to come wide because then I can take up through that pelvic hammock and I can lift up and rip down those sit bones, let the shoulders peel away and cascade down your back. If that works for you, cool. If not, find a block, find a pillow, and lift your hips up just a little bit above your knees to give yourself a little bit more comfort. If you prefer your ankles to be out further in front of you, that's fine as well. Wherever you land, I want you to reach under and pull the flesh on your bum all the way back. Not out, just pull it back to really bare those sit bones, those joints, okay? Now, wherever you happen to be, right in this mindset and in this heart, if you feel like you would be better grounding today, I'd like you to take those soft palms and lay them on the ends of your knees. And that helps us center. If you feel like you're ready to receive and you are joyous in the anticipation of what just might come your way today, then rest your backs of your hands on the inside of your knees. Or you can even do one or the other. But try it out. See how it feels. Where does it meet you? Go ahead and take that breath. Just breathe normally and feel the breath come in and out of the body. No effort. Just feel the movement. Be aware of it circulating through the body. And then before we start in on some true breath work, I'd like you to take your chin and jut it forward as far as it will go. And then draw it back so the ears are over the shoulders. And see if that didn't straighten the spine just a little bit more. And then take the ears up to, or the shoulders up to the ears, and roll those shoulder blades down the back. So open and lift this heart center just a wee bit more, okay? Now, having done that, I want you to think about your shoulders over your hips, but your heart over your pelvis. So when you think about that line, heart over pelvis, your spine is completely stacked. So press down at the sit bones, allow the knees to get heavy, lift up on that spine, and if you're comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. And feel the stillness in your body. And now let us together begin to lengthen the breath, a count of 4, drawing all the way up from that pelvic hammock, up into the heart center. And pause at the top for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Now out your mouth, let it just leave and empty, a count of 4. Drawing the belly back into the low back. Pause again for a count of 4, your count, not mine. And then repeat that 4 more times. Relax the jaw, release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Feel the weight of the shoulders drain away from the base of the neck as you release the breath. Each time on the exhale, allow another body part to just find softness. Perhaps the elbows start to slide inward towards the body. Relax the inner thigh. When you're complete with your 5 count, let's go ahead and do 1 more together, and I'll count out loud. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Really reach the crown of the head towards the sky. Release. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Awesome. Go ahead and roll the palms if they were up over the ends of your knees. Open your eyes or cast them low if you're comfortable. Press through the palms of the hands and lift the spine a little longer, drawing the base of the belly into the low back. Really put a little pressure between the kneecap and the palm of the hand, lengthening the arms. Now take the back of the neck and really draw a breath up through the back of that and take the crown of the head up to the ceiling above. Relax the elbows down and let them get heavy, taking the shoulders down. Press in a little firmer and follow a long inhale, a long exhale. With each inhale, let the belly extend. Then draw the breath up into the ribs, up into the heart center. And with each exhale, allow it to drain down, just like you're walking up and down a staircase, drawing that belly back in. Fingers are light and loose. Nice. On your next breath, let's inhale nice and long and strong. This time when you exhale, fold the elbows, lay the forearms down on the inner thigh. Lean out from your lower back, kids, okay? Really lean out. Now, where's your belly? Pull it back up and in. Keep that lock in that pelvic hammock, and continue to lean forward, gazing right down your nose. Now, once you're there, I want you to go ahead and take your arms and stack them, the forearms right in front of you. And breathe all the way in that underbelly, all the way up into the heart center, And then as you exhale, let the head come down and rest on the forearms. Keeping the belly lifted, keeping the tail rolled down towards the floor, and let that stretch across the upper back. Breathing evenly in and the same even count out. Now on an exhale, reach that tail back towards the floor, lengthen the lower back. And then as you are ready, take one arm at a time, come down on your forearms so they're parallel, come up on your fingertips and tiptoe those fingers forward. See if you can get the ears between the biceps, keeping the tail down. So if your tail has rolled up, bring the arms back inward, okay? Take a breath all the way under that underbody. Feel it lift the heart center and see if you can't tiptoe those fingers forward a wee bit more. Really stretching the side body. Now, if you want a little bit more of a stretch, go ahead and lay your palms down. And then perhaps go ahead and let the forehead come all the way to the mat. One more breath. Really reach that fingertips to the wall and exhale. And on your next inhale, walk the hands back up. Let's take the arms up overhead, kids. Palms towards one another. Reach with the right arm. Really lengthening your side body. Reach with the left arm. Again, reaching up. I just remembered I need to mirror. So this is going to be your right arm, your left arm. Take the fingers together. Take the palms to the sky. Now, where's the belly? Take the belly all the way in. Feel those sit bones on your mat. Open those armpits. Reach the crown of the head up. Now, draw the palms towards me. Lower the shoulders so they're not hugging the ears. You can see how you can't even see my shoulders. My arms are forward. Now, rotate to your right. Come back to center. And rotate to your left. Keeping the core nice and strong. Rotate from side to side your breath. Try and inhale one direction. And then exhale the other direction. Inhale back. Exhale. Keeping the belly button glued to the spine. Keeping the shoulders lifted up over the hips and relaxing the inner thigh. Yeah. It's okay to smile when you do yoga, relaxing the eyes. One more time to the left and right. Yeah. Great. Go ahead and release the hands and just shake those dudes out, okay? Then bring the arms back up overhead. Take your left hand and plant it behind you, fingertips away, about 6 inches from your hip. First, reach up high, open that shoulder well, place the hand on the outside of the hip and rotate gently around. Again, always keeping the belly button to the spine. We're just waking up that back body, so take some nice breaths here. Breathing all the way up into the heart. Now, I want you to, before we come out of this, I want you to take your eyeballs and see if you can take the eyes further around the back of the head to the left. Really stretch those eyeballs. We kind of forget about them a lot of times. On an exhale, sweep those arms up overhead and hinge forward. So belly is lifted. Forward, keeping the head between those biceps. Inhale back up. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling long, exhaling forward hinge. Allow your lower back to reach over those legs. Inhale back up and repeat that on the other side. So right hand right behind the hips. Roll this arm all the way up. Open that armpit. lay it down and twist around. If you feel that you are leaning way back, I encourage you to bring your hand closer to your hips. Really keep the front body here elongated. Reaching around. Now check in with that right shoulder. Is it leaning forward? Sometimes I know mine does. Lift it up and roll it onto the back so that shoulder blade is flat. And then take the chin around that shoulder. Find the breath. Relax your left shoulder. And then take those eyeballs all the way around the body. Yeah. Good neck stretch. Good torso stretch. On an inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, forward hinge. Yeah. Inhale back up. Grow tall. Open those armpits. Bring the arms down into goalposts. Really take the breath up. So you open up this heart center. If the arms are bent forward, see if you can bring them up. Take the elbows away from the body first. Then draw those shoulder blades back and around and draw the elbows down. Inhale back up. We'll do it a little more fluidly now, and exhale, drawing those shoulder blades together, elbows down. Inhale back up. And really squeeze those elbows, open the heart center. Yeah. 2 more times. Inhale up. And exhale back down. 1 more time. And exhale back down. Great. Go ahead and shake those hands out again, just to relax them just a wee bit. Then go ahead and pick up one foot, whichever is your dominant foot, the one hip that moves the easiest, that often is the one in the front. I want you to take the arm under it. So in this case, it's my right foot and my right hand. So I'm resting it here. Give yourself a little foot love. Now, I really encourage you as you do this, though, not to lose sight of your posture. Finding, so we're not curved down. If that's the case, then lower the legs so we can sit back up and bring this up, okay? Really pay attention that we're working on our body to be in a comfortable position without letting go of the integrity of the position. Giving that foot love. Those that know me think that foot love is a big deal. Press the ball of the foot out. Even run your fingers in between the toes. It's a good thing. It's your feet. Just wash your hands before you eat breakfast. And then if you choose, go ahead and release that arm from underneath. And then lay the foot in the crook of that elbow, okay? Take the right arm or left arm, whichever leg you have lifted, and see if you can meet your hands. Some will not. You might be out like this, that's cool. What I want you to do is not grip your fingers, but lay the hands on top. Now take a breath through the belly. See if you can lengthen the spine just a little bit more. And then with some light pressure, just draw the knee in towards your body. Keeping the lower back rooted on top of those sit bones. You're not tugging, you're not pulling. Just take some breaths here. Flex the foot in the crook of the leg or crook of the arm if that helps. Breathe deep. And as you exhale, sink it right down. Draw that belly right into the lower back. Let it drain out of the sit bones. Find your breath. 4 more breaths in this position. Good job. Go ahead and release this baby gently and let it go out at an angle long, okay? Flex that foot back towards your body. Your other heel is right inside your thigh. Using your fingertips, just sit up a little bit and rotate the hips just a touch, okay? So we're looking straight down this leg now. Keep it flexed. Inhale all the way up. Look right down at your big toe and hinge out. See if you can find either somewhere on your shin, maybe your ankle, or maybe you come all the way down. My friend, wherever you are, I'd like you to see if you can level the shoulders out to really reach forward. It doesn't matter where you come on your leg. We're just lengthening the back body and the fullness of the leg. As you follow your breath, I want you to draw that belly in, kind of J-hook it so you can lean the torso even further out. Follow your breath, 5 more breaths. Really reach. With each exhale, let go of another band of tension. See if there's a little bit more space your body has to give you. At the end of your count, walk your hands back up your leg. Inhale the arms back up. Draw them down to heart center and let's swap out legs. Yeah. All right. So now the other leg is going to be your less dominant leg for most of our bodies. So you'll even notice in my body, I can't draw this leg in as close, but I'm still going to go ahead and get it under there, give it a little foot love. You know, if you love one foot, you gotta love the other foot. Yeah, they're a team, right? One foot in front of the other. Don't forget the back of the heels and the tips of your toes. They're the furthest blood route from your heart, so give them a little bit of the extra love. Yeah. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and put that foot in the crook of the other arm. And this might be right where you're at. This just might be fine, or you may overlap those palms. Draw the leg in. On this side, you might even like to rock that hip joint. You decide what might feel good to you. And now let's go ahead and take those 5 breaths. Inhale nice and tall. See how much you can lift up. Press down through the sit bones. Relax the inner thigh. Remembering to keep that foot flexed. One more breath. All right, we're going to lay that guy down and take that leg out at that angle, dorsiflex the toes back, sit up nice and tall, roll the shoulders down, give yourself a little bit of an angle so you're right over that railroad leg. Inhaling all the way up, square over your leg, exhale, forward hinge. And if you want to play around on this side, giving your upper body with alternate arms, that's fine. It's your practice. Go ahead and dance into it, whatever works. Taking 5 long breaths. Inhaling from down in the core. Exhaling so we can lean over that leg. Working as best able to keep the shoulders level. Pressing down through the bent leg hip. We'll find even a little bit more length. Good job, guys. On an inhale, let's lift ourselves back up to center and close that pose. We're going to do one more thing here. We're going to go ahead and put the soles of our feet together. We probably have rocked onto the back of our sit bones, taking the hands, lifting the hips, kind of swinging here a little bit. Lay yourself straight back down on those sit bones. Take your hands, the thumb right underneath the ball of the foot, okay? Inhale up nice and tall. Open up that heart center and then hinge forward on the exhale. And here we are. You're pressing lightly between the base of your feet. We're not gripping the feet, but our hands are there as guides. Now take that awareness into the belly. Pull it back in, lift it up so that it allows the heart center to drain forward a little bit more. If your neck would like it, go ahead and let it hang and roll from side to side. Relaxing our shoulders, allowing the forearms to rest on the inside of the leg. Oh, yeah. There's going to be a curvature in the back. Find relaxation and heaviness in the shoulders. Then let the pressure between the soles of the feet go and see if the knees open and drain open a little bit further. Nicely done. Tuck the chin to the chest, roll ourselves back up to seated. And let's go ahead and find our way onto all fours, okay? Hands are going to be right underneath our shoulders. And I'd like you to take it so your index finger is pointing to the top of the mat. See if you can open your hands as wide for the thumbs to be right across from one another. And then the knees directly underneath the hips. Go ahead and just pat the top of those feet onto the mat for a little bit. And then take your left leg out long, lifting the heel and sink back into that heel for a moment. Really stretching the back of the heel, pressing down lightly through the top of your right foot. Check in with your belly, that your belly is lifted, your spine is nice and strong. Keeping the neck neutral, looking down at your mat. Then go ahead and flip the foot to the top of the foot and let the weight, the soft knee, let the weight of the body just open the front of your foot. Yeah. Lifting the leg up parallel from the hip, we're going to flex the foot, roll the pinky towards the mat a little bit so that we make sure that we're aligned, or look under your body. You should be able to see your toes, okay? Take a breath, kids, and lengthen out through the heel. See how long that leg can actually be. If you need more assistance and stability, really press down through the top of your right foot. Then point the toes, flex the foot, opening up that calf. 2 more times. Keeping the hips level. 1 more. Great. Placing that knee right back under the hip. Let's lengthen the right heel. Really press down through the ball of the foot. Lift the belly. Now, keeping that belly lifted. Also check in if you're rolling the left hip over the left knee. Draw it back over, hip over knee. And then check in with your right hip crease. As you lengthen, has it dropped down, lift it back up so it's right across from its neighboring hip. Then roll the toes under, down, and open the top of the foot. Notice any sensations that may occur. There may be some tension. There may be in the morning a little cramping. You decide. But pay attention to where you find those sensations. Yep. Go ahead and lift that leg right out of the hip. Take the heel back to the wall behind you. Feel the hip crease open. Press down through the left toes. Roll that right pinky kind of towards the mat so the heel can extend even further. And then 3 times point and flex that foot. Yeah, good job. All about opening up our body on this lovely day. Take that knee straight down on the underneath the hip and sink the hips down and press the mat away. So we're still lifted a bit. Now let the hands slide away. Fingers are still wide. See if you can take the forehead close to the mat. If that's not available today, stack your forearms, stack your fists. Now, go ahead and take all the weight out of the elbows and the underarm. And feel the back of those armpits open up. Take a couple more breaths. Nice, long, even inhales, even exhales. Fill that back body and drain everything out. Awesome. Go ahead and lift ourselves up onto our knees. So we're in hero pose or pencil pose. Go ahead and draw that pelvic hammock up. Roll your shoulder blades down the back and lift those palms up and rotate to your right. Draw that right shoulder behind. Inhale back up. Sit back down into child's pose. Inhale back up. Exhale to the left. Inhale. Exhale, child's. Inhale. And as we twist to the right, make sure we're using the tops of our feet. Come back to center and sink back down, moving at your own pace. Inhaling as we lift or move away from our body. Exhaling as we're rotating. Inhaling again. Exhaling. Inhale again. One last time. Even it out on both sides. Really reach those armpits wide open. Exhale back down. Inhale back up. And exhale around to the left. Nice work, guys. Inhale back up and close that pose. Let's take the hands right back up underneath our feet and drop into 5 cats and cows. So lean through the heart center on a cow. Arch back up, tuck the chin into your cat. 4 more times. Inhaling, soft elbows are good, especially first thing in the morning, depending on your spine. Exhale back up in cat. 3 more. Really claw or press in with all your fingertips. Press down with the tops of your feet. Long, full breaths. Lift that spine, every vertebrae up to the sky. One last time, kids. Yeah. And exhale back. Okay, we're going to come back to neutral here. Our core is lifted, our spine is straight, our fingers are spread. Go ahead and lift your right knee, flex that foot, and then open it up to the side, just like a fire hydrant. Try and keep a maintained balanced pressure through both hands. Draw the knee up to the elbow, big sweeping circles. See if you can take the heel all the way up to the sky. Open those hips on the side. Take your time. Follow the breath. Inhaling as you lift, perhaps. Exhaling as you drop down and come back up. All right, let's go the opposite direction. Really use those big thigh muscles to lift and rotate this leg. Lay that knee back down, sink back down into a child's pose. This time, take your big toes together, knees go wide. Let the forehead come as far down as possible. Opening and closing our hands. Yeah. And sliding the hands up onto our thighs, go ahead and lift yourself back up. If this is too much of a seat on your knees, go ahead and put a block or come back up on top of your knees. Inhaling the arms up overhead. This time I want you to bring the arms out into goal posts again. But as you come back, fingertips away, lay them down behind you, spread them wide, lift the heart, drop the head. Long breaths, let it breathe. Draw the shoulder blades towards one another. If that's too much on your neck, you can go ahead and take the chin to the chest. Another breath. Take it all the way up from that pelvic hammock. Pressing down on the tops of the feet. One more breath. You got this. Nice. Lift yourself up on fingertips first, and then fold forward into that wide-kneed child's pose. Take 3 breaths. Excellent. Sliding the hands back underneath your shoulders. Open the legs wide. Lift the left knee this time. Open it like a fire hydrant. Draw the knee up to the elbow. Big sweeping circles. Really big, thoughtful sweeping circles. Keeping the pressure through your hands even, heel flexed. Opposite direction, knee to elbow, lift that leg. Lift that leg. Oh yeah, good job, guys. One more time. Lay that knee down. Now take your hands to the top of the mat, outside of the shoulder well. Thumbs are next to one or pointing towards one another. Little pinky is like at the edge of your mat. Take the belly long, bring yourself on up over those. So we're leaning in a modified kneeling plank, folding the elbows back, hover. Inhale back up, exhale, extended child's pose. Now, your facing of your elbows is forward. Keep the elbows next to the side body. 2 moves, 2 breaths. Really anchoring in the top of your feet, inhaling forward, right up over those wrists, fold the elbows down, exhale, hover. Inhale back up, and exhale away. 2 more. Inhale forward, exhale lower, inhale back up, exhale, extended child's pose. Super duper for our triceps. Inhale forward. One last time. Inhale back up. And exhale, extended child's pose. Let the head come down to the mat. Take the hands behind the body and allowing the shoulders to just spread across the top. If it feels good, open and close your hands. Maybe roll the wrists. Terrific. All right, ease your way back up. Slide your heels out and let's find our way down to our bums. Now, to find our way there, you could collapse all the way down, or you might take your hands out in front and slow, 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 chin out of chest. Slow, slow, slowly lay yourself down, draw the knees in, hands on shins, and give yourself a little roll side to side. Awesome. Let's go ahead and lengthen those legs up to the sky. Arms out into a nice gentle T, palms down. Let's point and flex the feet. Really lift those toes towards the sky and flex the feet, opening up again the back of the calves. Rolling the ankles one direction and then the other direction. Terrific. Fold the feet down to the mat and walk the feet off of the mat with the toes extended beyond your heels. Palms up, if you would, please. Take the chin and lower it slightly to the chest so you feel the very base of your skull. And start to do some nice windshield wipers from side to side. So you're rotating your knees inward and outward. There's absolutely no pressure in your arms. The upper body is just chilling. And you're just slowly letting the legs open those hip sockets. Now, what else can we learn from this one? And it goes to the feet. I'd really love for you to experience, what does the outer and inner edge of your feet feel like? Only you would know that. And you can move at this. Feels good to hang out on one side, then hang out. Once you have evened up the sides, wherever you find yourself, remember it's not a matter of how many you do, it's how you're feeling. I want you to drape your knees to the right. And I want you to see if you can walk that left foot away a little bit further even just a ½ inch. And then take some rotation in that hip. See how close you may be able to draw the inside line of your left leg towards the floor. Relax the right hip. And once you get there, go ahead and take the gaze over your left shoulder. Allow the tongue to come away from the roof of your mouth and stay here for 5 breaths. Nice, easy count in, easy count out, nothing forced. Relaxing the skin around the eyes. On another exhale, relaxing the throat. And then the upper body. Backs of arms. Breathe the knees back up to center. Go ahead and do 3 windshield wipers from each side. The next time the knees land to the left, go ahead and hang out. See if you can inch that right heel away from the body just a wee bit more and really feel the rotation in that right hip. Again, taking the neck, if the neck is okay with it, taking the gaze over your right shoulder. Really find softness and stillness in the left hip and leg. Tell it doesn't have to do a thing. And gently encourage your right inner thigh to come down to the mat. Soften the gaze. Feel the air in the palms of your hands. Feel the backs of your arms open and lifted. As the body just opens. Anywhere you find a tension, see if you can let that go. So good. Bring those knees back up to the sky. This time, I want you to draw the toes in on the mat. It will naturally bring your knees together. This time, roll the palms down on the mat. Take a breath and lift the lower back all the way up, pressing down through the shoulders. So you could put your arm underneath your lower back. Press down through the feet and press away with the feet. Fill the belly as full as you can with air. And then on an exhale, take the lower back into the mat. Really press. 2 more times. Inhale, lift the belly, lift the spine. And exhale. Inhale that belly back up, opening up the lower back. Yep. And then exhale, press that lower back all the way in the mat. Keep pressing through the feet. Keep pressing, keep pressing, keep pressing. Take a breath in this position. Nice inhale. Relax the toes. Press down through the tips. Then let everything go soft. Open the knees and lift the knees into the body. If it's available, take the hands underneath the feet or on the outside of your ankles. Lift the chin to greet the knees and roll side to side. Feel that lower back. Yeah. Super duper. Okay, we're going to lay the head down here. We're still in this very bent position. Keep the knees as close to your chest as possible, taking the arms back and roll to the right. Now, if this is too much of a stretch, then find a pillow, find a bolster when you practice this, okay? If going to the floor is too much for you. Now, while you're here, I want you to use your fingertips and lift the shoulders and see if you can rotate for both of your shoulder blades to be on the mat. That might be for you, it may not. But see if you want to try to deepen the stretch. Then roll the palms back up again and relax the arms. Let the weight of those arms. And then again, if the neck likes it, take the neck to the left.
Fill the belly so you feel it in this twist, that you feel that belly really knot up. And then as you exhale, really draw the stomach in. Squeeze it out. 4 more times. If it's in your practice today, go ahead and lengthen your top leg long, keeping the knees together, and then flexing that foot. All depends where you're at and where your body wants to be met today. Relax the right shoulder, relax the left shoulder. One more breath. First, rotate the gaze back up to the sky. Fold, if your leg was extended, fold it back to ankles touch. Lift yourself back up onto your back. Hands behind the knees or on top of the shins, and roll softly on the sacrum from one edge to the other edge. Yeah. Then come back to neutral on your back. Press the knees into your chest as tightly as they can be. Arms back out, palms up, and roll to your left. Really feel your right shoulder pit open. Keeping the knees bent, relaxing the shoulders, gaze over the right shoulder. And if you tried extending your top leg on the other side, I invite you to do that now. Closing the eyes, softening the jaw, the teeth, the tongue. Great spinal rotation. Opening the flesh around the armpit, relaxing the hips to find some space inside. If your leg is extended, go ahead and fold it. Have the ankles meet again. Come onto your back. This time, take the hands and open the knees wide. Bring the heels up to the sky in a nice happy baby pose. Go ahead and wrap your hands behind your calves and reach up either to the outside of your ankle or to the outer edge of your foot. Tuck the chin slightly to your chest and use your legs, your hands and arms to open the hips as wide as they can be. Feet are flexed. Now, press the hands down into the bottoms of your feet and press the feet up into your hands. Feel your flat back. If the tail has lifted a lot, then lower the arms down your legs because we want the back to be flat, okay? If it would feel good to give your baby any kind of movement rolling side to side, it's up to you. Otherwise, hang out here, relaxing the shoulders down. Continue to press the feet up. Yeah. Great. Come back to center. Place the feet on the floor and extend the legs long. Taking the palms down to the sides into a V, I want you to take your heels out to the corners of your mat and slide the heels away so the toes come back towards your face, and then let the legs go ahead heavy and let everything roll out. Take your hands down to the inner part of your thighs and massage open that inner thigh. And then take the hands on top of the thighs and press the flesh away from those hips. We rotated those hips a lot. Go ahead and let those muscles get flexed a little bit. And then bring the arms up overhead. I want you to see if you can allow the back of the hands, wrists, elbows, everything to come down onto the mat all by itself. If you find that your arm is lifted, come down into more goalpost arms, okay? Close the eyes, tuck the chin slightly to the chest, and slowly roll the head from side to side. Feeling the base of the skull. This is a great relaxation if you have any kind of tensions in your day, or if you're having any allergies right now with the fall leaves. Help stimulate all of those sinuses. Slow everything down. Then come to a place of stillness. And I'd like you to fold your elbows so that they're resting right on the ribs. Cup the hands and place them over your eyes. And take 5 breaths. Feel again the belly rise and fall with your breath. Feel the eyes soften as they look inward. Feeling the light pressure on the forehead with cool fingertips. Then take the thumb down to the jawline and give it just a little bit of a massage with your thumbs. Go ahead and rotate that jaw from left to right. Then bring the face to soft stillness and allow the arms to fall down into that low V. Palms are up. Drop everything into the earth. Lips slightly apart. Feeling the breath travel through the toes, base of the feet. Draw it into your hips. And as you exhale, let the belly and the low back just drain away. Bringing your breath, your beautiful breath, up into your heart. Fill it full. Feel your body reach for the sky above. And then as you exhale, let go of absolutely everything and melt your way into the ground beneath you. Allow the tongue to fall away from the roof of your mouth. Open the back of your mouth and allow space to be. Feel the openness in your ears as the tips of them, those lobes, pull away from the face, reaching beneath you. Allowing your eyes to sink inward. What is it you see? What is it you feel? Taking a breath all the way into the skull, allowing the hair to fall away from the scalp, revealing, feeling things you've always known, but you may not have said, such as I love you, I am strong, I am healthy, and I am beautiful. Rest here for a few breaths in your calm, peaceful presence.
my dear one, as you decide, stay here on your mat for moments longer, or whatever your day allows, or begin to bring some warmth with gentle movements in fingertips, toes, your breath, lengthening it. And as you are ready, draw yourself over to one side with the knees tucked in. Rest a gentle hand and take 3 lovely breaths. Acknowledge in this position, we all are born. This makes us all far more alike than we are different. Embrace that feeling. And then when you are ready, using your strong arms, draw yourself back up into that comfortable seated position. With the palms resting up, backs of hands on the inside of our knees. Gaze slightly down, eyes closed. Draw the elbows into the ribs. Give yourself a little squeeze. Allow the lips to lift. Allow the light behind your closed eyes. Be lighted. And then breathe those palms off of your knees, maybe 2 inches is all. And take a good breath to lengthen the spine, the back of the neck, lifting the crown of the head, and relaxing the fingers. Slowly roll those palms towards one another and draw the hands together as slow as you might, feeling the space get smaller, but yet somehow feeling larger until your fingertips cup around that feeling. Lengthen the fingers long and draw the thumbs to the breastbone. Take a gaze down to your fingertips. I thank you each for spending time on the mat together with me. Spending time in a loving, caring, judgment-free community moment is a gift I cherish, and I hope you will too the rest of your day. As you travel about your day, I wish you the happiest of days, filled with laughter and love. And may you walk with your head high and a smile in your heart for all that you meet, that you can become your own ambassador for living enthusiastically happy. Namaste.